Oh, we just wrapped up the RV Entrepreneur Summit.
It was awesome. So this is part of the RV entrepreneur community started by Heath and Alyssa Padgett. They started doing a podcast 2 years ago.
And they've been rocking this podcast. So I think they've not missed a week. They have done some incredible interviews, and it is one of the most just polished and professional podcasts in the RV world right now. And if you work on the road, you should be listening to this.
But last year, they, on kind of with just 2 months' notice, decided to put together a little meetup of RV entrepreneurs in Fredericksburg, Texas. They were only anticipating like 30 people to be able to make it happen. And I think they had 125. They had a capped attendance last year.
They sold out the campground. They sold out, all the event space. They basically overflowed. So this year, they actually decided to double in size. They rented a big tent, same campground, but rented a big giant tent and tried to double and still sold out in an instant.
So they had invited us to be presenters, speakers at it, and as well as some other amazing people. It's honestly can be a little bit overwhelming coming into it because the caliber of people that are on the road and sharing their stories. I mean, they're doing things like going to every national park and kayaking every river and doing some pretty epic, amazing things. It's like, hi, we have a cat.
but although actually people did treat us like rock stars there, which is kind of humbling because of how many people, because we've been doing this a long time, how many people we were part of their inspiring story, but their story of what inspired them, and then now we're seeing a whole new generation that are being inspired further down the line by people that might have been inspired by us 5 years ago.
It was actually kind of cool to encounter people who had never encountered our content, and we were new to them, so that was really fun for us. Less junk, more journey were there. Meeting Nathan and Marissa and Hensley was, they're just as amazing in person, or probably even more so than online.
No, because their channel is not something we would normally watch with their style of travel and kids and that focus. So meeting them in person was a really chance to see just how awesome they were. And
they were great presenters
real
as well,
people.
Telling their story. Some of the other presenters, so it was a mix of inspiring stories as well as workshops to help RV entrepreneurs on the road. So things like taxes.
Or how to optimize Facebook ads. Or
SEO, blogging.
Sell an ebook. Yes.
And we did one on mobile internet, of course. And we also did another one on thinking outside the box on wheels, so thinking outside of RVs.
Yeah, so everybody, this is being the RV entrepreneur summit, we're like, well, not every type of nomadism is RV focused. And that session went over gangbusters. That was awesome.
Amazing content all around. But of course, it's not just about the content. It's about the people and the networking and getting to meet people. And if you attended and we didn't get to meet you, I'm so sorry. There's just so many we wish we could have. But the people we did meet, it was amazing. We loved connecting with so many people.
Yes. And it was a kind of a blur of a week. It went by really fast. The Escapers hosted kind of the pre-week festivities with an outing to Hondo's for amazing margaritas and live music, and
we did a winery tasting with them.
Wine tasting,
and they also hosted a co-working space there at the campground. So they had a huge hall there with rocking fast internet and
fiber optic,
and just allowing people to work with each other and being in the same space. So it was really cool for a lot of folks. It's been really interesting for us because we've now coming up on 12 years on the road, and our first 2 years on the road, first 4 or 5 years on the road actually, were kind of lonely. There weren't that many working on the road RVers, and those that were, we didn't have the social media we have today to find each other.
Right, the people we'd run into our age on the road were either on like a week vacation at best. They weren't making it full time, or the full timers were retired, and that intersection of doing both, not being retired and being full time, was very rare.
And it took us 2 years to find our first fellow working on the road RVer, and then we slowly started to meet others. And there's been attempts in the past at creating a community around it. New RVers was a community that we were active in back in the day.
The day.
I feel so old.
I need a cane. Back in my day.
And then Escapers, we helped Travis and Mel and the Escapees RV Club come up with that concept, and that's been rocking it. This year at Quartzsite, I think they counted over 600 people at their convergence, and their membership just keeps growing and growing. And then seeing what Heath and Alyssa have been doing with the RV entrepreneur community and the tribes that are coming out of that. So it's really, really great for us to see this coming about, where we used to be able to count our peers on one hand, and
Now,
we can't keep
we
up with
can't- we can't-
everybody.
there are so many cool adventures, our RV entrepreneurs and such sharing on YouTube, sharing on blogs, sharing on Instagram, sharing on Facebook, that we probably couldn't even list them if we tried.
We used to keep a list of fellow working on the our road RVers, and I'm not even going to try anymore. It's just there's so many awesome out there, and that was one thing that was put out very common in this seminar, this whole Convergence Summit thingy, was that there's room for everyone's story,
Right.
and it's not a competition about whose channel is the best, or we all have the ability to inspire and impact.
You'll find somebody that you connect. If you're a creator, you'll find an audience that connects with your story, and it's not all been done before. It's not all been told before. Find your niche and be authentic and just let it go.
And another shift that we've seen over the years is, it used to be, you shared on YouTube or you shared in your blogs and things like that as a hobby. It was something that you might be able to get maybe some affiliate links or maybe some advertising dollars. It's not going to be enough to fund your lifestyle. And it's just been amazing how many people now have been able to. There's been an incredible shift. It is now within reach to fund your lifestyle with this stuff.
If you're good and if you work at it, it's not just like people will throw money at you for being on vacation, but there's so many companies that want to connect with the mobile lifestyle that they're looking for people to sponsor and brand ambassadors and people to promote their products and stuff like that. We're seeing so many people who are making really good, successful businesses. They're working really hard, but they're being paid to live on the road, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. And they're having to represent the brands, but most people are representing brands they are passionate about anyway. Right. So it's been an interesting shift for us to see, because that's definitely not a path that was really available to our generation. I mean, when we started on YouTube, there were like 3 people watching YouTube then, I think.
It seemed like it, yes.
Not a shift we're looking to make. We're very, very happy in what we're doing.
We want to keep our YouTube our fun channel, so...
Yep, this is staying fun.
Hopefully.
As long as it's fun, we'll keep doing it. But that wasn't some other interesting questions that some of the other presenters presented. And, we loved that, we were challenged to think differently about our lives and the things we're doing. Well, yeah, I mean, I definitely came out of it. The Holishes, they asked the question of if time... Holcombs?
Holcombs, I think.
Oh, the Holishes were awesome too.
Yes.
Holcombs as well. If time and money were not an issue, where would you be?
And
that was the
question.
That's the question they asked, is ask yourself that and then find a way to make it happen. Yeah. And so, we've been kind of asking ourselves that too. And I think that we have created that, and it let us go back and reevaluate. Yes, we do want to continue this, split the RV and split the boating life, and that's
pursue
what we
the
want to
great
be doing.
loop, take care of our cat, there were so many good, inspiring sessions in that regards, and actually most of the main stage sessions are streamed live in our archive. So go to the they're on Facebook Live at Heath and Alyssa's page. And
they also have a email list you can sign up for when they actually create the full archives.
Yes.
I think that's going to be at the RV Entrepreneur. There should be a link on there somewhere.
Yes.
I'll put it down in the description.
Very worthwhile.
I'll go look it up. And then, you can go subscribe to that, and then you can get notified when they put all the archives out for the weekend. Mm-hmm. And they only did the main stage session, so you only see about half the workshops and things that were done.
Mm-hmm. And one of ours.
One of ours. But it was... really, it was intimidating going because I wasn't quite sure if I was up for being around that many people. But
after the kind of the intense half year we'd had, it was like diving back into the deep end of the pool. So it was a challenge.
But it was good. We paced ourselves. We loved that they were live streaming the morning sessions, because we actually just watched them in our RV while we were doing work and getting our own presentation put together.
Apparently quite a few people did that just because the acoustics were better via the live stream than in the tent.
But it was great. We paced ourselves. Everyone we met was just fabulous. We had a great time hanging around the campfires, going to the wine tastings, all sorts of mingling events. And mingling's like a dirty word for us introverts, but we did it. Survived, came back. We just pulled in this morning to our place where we're going to be recharging for the next week.
And then what's our plan ahead?
Plan ahead is we'll be moving on into the Austin area for a week or so next week, and then we will be storing
Storing Zephyr.
It's hard to believe it's already come time almost. We'll be storing Zephyr here in Central Texas, and taking the Mini Cooper back to Florida to the boat, and continuing on with our Great Loop journey.
Yes.
Operation Get the Boat Out of Hurricane Zone.
Yes. So heading up the coast of Florida. We got plans in Central Florida in April, and then further and further north.
Yep. So that's a quick update from the RV Entrepreneur Summit. If you search for hashtag #RVE Summit, you're going to find so much information shared about it. Surprisingly, not many people actually were filming at the event because most of us were there to attend and immerse ourselves in it. So I don't know how much content you're going to find about the event, but I think there were a few people with cameras out. So we certainly put the camera down most of the weekend.
Yep. So cool. It was awesome. And great job, Heath and Alyssa. You guys really rocked it.
You rocked it. Thank you for everyone else who are presenters, volunteering at it, or bringing their own energy to it. It took all of us to make that all come together. And if you have the opportunity to go in the future, definitely recommend it.
Definitely. Okay.